I'm just playing Streets of Rage 2.
What is going on, everybody? It is me. It is the original gamer, TRS. And what are we doing here today besides listening to my theme song, which has got me bobbing my head? Well, we're going to play a Coco game. But let me show you. Let me get this camera in here real quick. Number one, you can look right here. This is my TDP 100, Tandy Data Products 100 computer. What is that? That is, it's a Coco, right? This is something I got from Coco Fest, and it's a beautiful little machine. It's basically a 64K Coco 1, and it was modified with composite output, so I am going to be able to play on this as my stuff for Coco 1 and 2 games. So what does it look like? Well, it looks like this. We are, now I'm going to have to probably play around with some of the settings to get the colors a little bit better. This is about the best I could do right now, but it does have the artifact colors. The tint is a little off and stuff like that, but some of the older Coco ones, the way my capture stuff works with the composite stuff, it's a little odd on the tints, and I'm pretty sure that's the way they were on the TVs too. I do remember some Cocos where the blue looked more teal than it did sky blue, and I think it was just, you know, we had to adjust the tint on our televisions and stuff, but I just think different Cocos output different ways. Since this is still based on a Coco 1, an older Coco 1, it's got the older weird tints, and I just can't keep messing around with it right now to get it perfectly, but it looks okay. You can see the orange, you can see the blue colors here. And what game are we going to play here today, boys and girls? Well, we're going to play Pumpman, which is a clone of Dig Dug for the Coco. This is a Dave Dies game, and this is one that's not released by Diecom Products. This one says licensed to Seguro Software. Is that how I pronounce that? Seguro Software? I don't know. And I think I pulled this one up on Curtis Boyle's website, which the colors look a lot better on because he pulled that from an emulator. But let's take a look at this here. So it says Pumpman is a clone of the arcade game Dig Dug. It was one of the first Coco games that Dave Dies published, predating the establishment of his own company, Diecom Products. In this game, you dig tunnels underground and you have an air pump with limited range that you can use to inflate 2 different monsters with until they burst. But you can only do this one monster at a time. If several come at you at once, you either have to run or partially inflate one and then inflate the others until they eventually deflate on their own. At times, some of them can disembody themselves and travel through the ground. Otherwise, they can only follow dug paths. You die when you collide with them or get crushed by a boulder or flamed by a dragon. A close clone of the arcade version, except without all of the music, from 1984. So that answers the question, why is this not released by Diecom Products? So apparently this was before Dave started Diecom Products. So yeah, the color tint is off here, and I'm not going to get it to be exactly orange right now, but let's just mess around with this. Here comes the dragon. Let's see, and it is a very good clone of Dig Dug. Okay, so let's pump him up. Boom, and he popped. Yeah, I mean, that plays pretty much the way the arcade game does, and like Curtis says, doesn't have all the music. And I do have a bunch of guys now chasing me. And so now the dude himself, your Dig Dug dude, your Pumpman, not the most animated guy in the world. I wonder if you can hold down the button. I have a feeling here I am in for certain doom right now. Okay, so this is where you have to partially inflate one. You can't hold down the button. Oh, look at that. I actually got them both at the same time. Yeah, I love the music of Dig Dug. And in the arcade, the Dig Dug music kind of sounded like a banjo. Boom, just got killed. Bummer. Yeah, and so I was messing around today since I had to set up a different way to capture a different Coco. A lot of times I've been doing stuff on my Coco 3. Let's see if we can... Ooh, that doesn't stay. Ooh, it got me. Or at least it got him too. It used to be you could get underneath the rock and the rock would stay until you moved. Or at least that's the way I played in the arcade. So this is a slightly different spin on that. Let's see if I can lure the dragon over. Right, so you used to be able to like get underneath a rock, and the rock wouldn't animate like it was going to move until you moved. Right? So, boom, got you, sucker. These guys are now coming towards me. Now, in the arcade, when you got down to the last ghost, this is doing it too. When you got down to the last ghost, he would make a retreat to leave the level. Oh, Oh, I recognize that sound. That's a very Coco-esque sound. And so yeah, I think he's gonna beat me here now. He's gonna beat me. Yeah, he beat me to the screen, so I didn't get the extra bonus. What should happen over time is that the levels should change. The way the levels look should change too. Man, there's a bunch of people chasing me. This did not use double buffering, so you can see the flickering here in the characters. And we just had a discussion about Coco sprites just recently on our live Coco talk, and so this is actually a good example of software-based sprites that did not use double buffering. So I just died. I just died. Oh man. All right, so let's do this. Let me just see real quick if I can't adjust the tint on this thing just a little bit more. The hue keeps going in the wrong direction. Yeah, I don't know that I can get this hue to look any better right now. It's just, it kind of is what it is because it's an older Coco and I'm getting it via composite. I could try to lower the sharpness. I don't know if that makes things better or worse. Does not look like, I think more sharpness actually makes things look a little bit better, but it also ruins some of the artifact blending techniques. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to get the picture any better. But, you know, it's being played on a real Coco. It's not being played on an emulator. So let's try it again. Do I have to hit enter? Now, does this doesn't, I don't even know if this has the high score table. I'm not sure if it had a high score table. So we'll try it again. There, here's our little dig dug dude. And let's just see how many boards. So that was round one. One of the things the arcade did was it kind of showed you a flower in the corner. You saw different flowers up in the top right hand corner, kind of like, you know, how in the Pac-Man game you saw like what board you were on based on the fruit that was there. Okay, now this is the last guy. He's going to try to escape. I wonder if I can beat him. See, I'm moving much slower than I do in the arcade, and it's almost like you have an unfair advantage now. If that last ghost is going to leave, you're never going to get him. All right, so Mr. Dragon is already coming after me. Bro, I would say that the graphics look, oh god, there's like everybody's after me right now, and oh crap, they got me. Oh my goodness. I was gotted by the dude. You seem to go slower when you're digging too. I don't know if you go faster, or maybe it's the vertical movement that's slower. It's kind of hard to tell. Wow. Oh man, there was one of these balloon ghost dudes that was behind the other dude and I couldn't quite get him. What a mess. All right. So there's two dudes left. I wonder how well I'm going to do. So yeah, this game did a pretty good job of exploiting the artifact colors. You have kind of the solid orange. Solid orange color, what we called red, is one that looks like it's got stripes in it. Unfortunately, it's a byproduct of the capture software as it's showing the kind of artifacting of the colors. So the solid orange red color is the primary color, and then we have that mixed with tight patterns of white to create kind of the center orange color. We've got some looser patterns of red and white patterns here. So pretty good job of exploiting the different tricks with these artifact color modes to get the illusion of even more colors on screen. A little bit slow. It is a Coco 1 game. I could probably run this on a Coco 2 with the double speed poke and it would probably play a heck of a lot better. Okay, I got one dude left and he's the dragon. Now is he, see, he's just kind of going diagonally. Is he going to try to flame me? Yeah, he flamed me. Oh my god, he flamed me. And I'm dead. So I haven't made it very far on this game, but yeah, it's definitely a good clone of Dig Dug. A little bit slow, but very playable, very true to the arcade. Crap, dude. My frickin' pump wasn't even working on him. He wasn't fully materialized yet. Alrighty then. They do seem to get very active very early on in the game. Like almost every single one of these guys is leaving their house, and on level 1 they don't all leave their house right away. So it is a little bit more difficult, I would say, than the arcade game too. And I have to do the inflate and wait game here. Okay, I have to pump him up, so I temporarily immobilize him. I just got him. Now let's blow you up. Okay, yeah. So you get, I think, a better bonus when you're able to pop all the bad guys without letting any of them leave the screen. This frickin' dragon dude. Can he fly through rocks too? No fair. I'm calling hacks on the dragon. Yeah, see, they can move faster than me, so when I'm trying to escape them, you just can't. That's a little bit of, well, it kind of sucks. I don't know if you can call it a bug, but it's just a bad choice in that speed. Smush his ass. Yes, I got him. Nice. That was good. I'm happy about that. All right, got you, bro. Here comes another one. Okay, these guys are coming from all over the place. Damn it, I couldn't steer in time. Yeah, a little slow, a little laggy. I think some of these slowdowns are contributing to some play issues where, you know, you could sit here and complain that it's the game's fault. And that's one of the things that I remember Nick Morentis talking about, that he... Crap. Damn it. He wasn't materialized enough for me to get him with my gun. You know, I remember when Nick was talking about his decisions, he wanted the playability of the game to play at a point where you would never blame the game. You could only blame yourself. And I like that, because there were some old games, especially old computer games, where we could sit here and blame, oh man, this part here doesn't control well, or it just doesn't detect that you landed right, and, you know, this and that and the other. And so there were sometimes legitimate complaints you could put on the software itself on why you couldn't play as well as you wanted to. So I think this game has some of those elements, but if this is his first game he ever made, it's pretty damn good, and it's a great clone of the arcade. It's a little bit slow in how you move compared to the enemies. It's a little bit slow in general, and there's also a lot of stuff on screen, and there's a lot of you know, we're going to get into a Coco talk about how to do sprites and the good ways and the bad ways to do sprites. And so there's been, you know, in the modern day now, people have figured out very efficient ways to code sprites, which are the actual game characters on screen, to code them to run very efficiently on the CPU. This being one of his earlier games, I'm sure he wasn't fully aware how to optimize things. Because Dave Dice has done a lot of great games, and I think his games have definitely gotten faster with time. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it very far. That was round 2. We'll try it one more time, and we'll see how well we do. And then we'll call it a game. I like it. It is very good. Despite some of the, you know, little glitchinesses of it and the general kind of speed challenge to it, it's a great clone. It's a great clone of Dig Dug. It's captured the essence of Dig Dug. I mean, the characters to me look identical to the arcade. Okay, this one I'm going to complain about, because there's no way I'm going to catch this guy. At the speed I am crawling up, there's no way I'm going to catch that guy. In the arcade, I might have had a chance. Maybe I stand corrected here. He's moving slow, luckily. Okay. All right, I got him. And we got bonus. Okay, so round 2. How many rounds? I don't think I've made it past like round 3 or round 4, you know. See, this part here, I'm definitely calling glitch on. The fact that I have not even a fair chance of escaping when I have all these guys chasing me, and only on level 2, that is just evil software. That is absolutely evil software. Let's slow you down. I got lots of guys here. A lot of guys here. Got them all. Very cool. That's round 2. We're going on to round 3. Man. So right now there's already a dude chasing me. Already chasing me. All right, let's get him. That's one down. One down. I got 2 more dudes coming after me in the pipe here. Oh, man. This is tough, man. They're just everywhere. The real arcade game does not send this many bad guys at you this quickly into the game. It definitely gives you a fighting chance to run around and dig and get points and stuff. Damn it, dragon. Dragon got me. Damn you, fire-breathing dragon. All right, so what are we doing here, folks? I got 1 life left to live. Since he's the last guy, he is going to run for it. He is going to try to leave the screen, and since I am now here before him, I've got a good chance to catch him before he leaves the screen. And I don't know exactly how it awards the points, but you usually got some type of bonus for getting... Now, there's a piece of fruit or vegetable there to pick up, too, right? So kind of like Pac-Man, there were fruits you could pick up in the middle of the screen. This was also released by Namco, later released by Atari, I think. And so Namco was one of the companies that was involved in Pac-Man somehow. So there are some similarities to it. Damn it, I'm dead. I am freaking dead right there. What round am I on? I'm on round 4. This will be the challenge to see if I can make it past round 4. Another thing that changed in the arcade is that over time, the playing field changed a little bit to make it look like you were traveling deeper into the sand. Now, I'm wondering if I can get these guys with the squishy thing. Squish them. Squish them. Yes, I love it. Okay, you and your damn flames, bro. Okay, I've made it past round 4. This is definitely a lifetime achievement right here. And here we go. See, the colors just changed. So now we're basically the same thing in blue. But this is supposed to denote that we've gotten deeper into the world. Game over. That was my last life. My lives were denoted down there. All right. Well, not bad. Not bad. A final score of 9,150. That was probably the best score I got. I don't know if the sand patterns would change much more over time. The game is definitely a heck of a lot harder than the arcade game, but it's a great clone. Captures the essence, captures the gameplay, captures the graphics great. Only thing I notice is that when you're running uphill, his legs don't move, so your actual Dig Dug dude is not as animated, but the bad guys look great on screen. The monsters look great. The dragons look great. The fire, those puka balloon things with their little goggles, those things look great. It plays like the arcade. So for this being his first game out of the box, I would say this is pretty close to a home run as far as just capturing what the game was like. A couple of minor things that I can sit here and nitpick about as far as the speed and some of the challenge level to the game, but good game overall. So what you've just witnessed here today, boys and girls, has been Pumpman by Dave Dice for the Color Computer 1 and 2. Also plays on a Coco 3, released in 1984. Before he started Diecom Products. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this new little layout I've set up here of the TDP 100. I'm a little bit nitpicky about how the colors look a little bit off to me, but we're playing on a real Coco. We're playing on real hardware, on a real deluxe joystick here now, so there's no emulators being used here. This is the real stuff, the real deal on the real hardware. This is real Coco. And I don't know if you've noticed a little slideshow down here on the bottom of the screen, but I'll take 2 seconds here to shamefully plug my merchandise shop. If you go to my website, ogStevieStrow.com, you can get t-shirts, you can get coffee mugs, you can get DVDs of my Coco videos. So if you like my Coco gameplay videos, for example, the Coco Fest 26 DVD that just showed up down there, that is now available on my website, and that features 13 new gameplay videos that are not on YouTube. So you're going to see 2 hours of exclusive Coco content, not available anywhere else but other than that DVD. Let me know what you think about this format here. Let me know what you think about seeing the Coco on the left and, you know, things like that, and these colors being, the tint being a little bit off. Is it terribly distracting? Because to me it is, because I know what it's supposed to look like, and I'll fiddle with it. But that's it, people. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, tell me what you thought. I got 180, 190 Coco gameplay videos on the channel, so if you like Coco, there's plenty more Coco videos to watch. Plus I got DVDs for your viewing pleasure. See y'all later, people. And you know the question I always ask.
Hey, you got your Coco 3 yet?
Have you got your Coco 3? I got mine. Actually, mine's right under here. Here's my Coco 3. This is where I record all my Coco 3 videos from. So yeah, get yourself a Coco 3 today at Radio Shack before Radio Shack goes out of business for the 3rd time, I think. I'm not sure. Hard to keep up with those guys, but yeah, there we go, folks. Another game for the Color Computer, Pumpman by Dave Dice. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see y'all later. Peace out. Keep on gaming. Coco forever. Bye-bye now.